Hey, shalom everyone! This is Chris Shoemaker, also known as Yehuda ben Shomer, and welcome to the Daily Drosh. Today's Daily Drosh, we're going to be looking at two passages, the first of which is Deuteronomy 25:15, which reads, "You must have accurate and honest weights and measures, so that you may live long in the land the Lord your God is giving you." The second of which comes from Proverbs chapter 20, verse 10, and it reads, "Differing weights and differing measures, the Lord detests them both." So weights and measures sound very foreign and very strange to our Western ear. But back in the biblical times, there were merchants, and the way that they determined how much something was worth, or to be able to pay out the accurate money and to exchange money and things of this nature, there was a universal standard of weights. They were accurate weights and measures. They were true weights and measures. And the crooked and the merchants who wanted to cheat people and wanted to make more money than they should and to rip people off, they would have a second bag of weights and measures which were false. Now, the foundational reality of these two verses we must understand is that for there to be accurate weights and measures, there must be a solid foundation and bedrock of truth. Absolute truth. Not relative truth, not subjective truth, not my truth is different from your truth, or what's true for you may not be true for me. None of that stuff. You know, that's just modern, postmodern gobbledygook that the liberal media wants to feed us and pound into our head. But there has to be absolute truth. And who is the author of truth? God. He's the one who wrote the book. He's the one who created us all. He's the one who has the right and the power and the ability to establish what truth is and what absolute truth is. So he is our standard of truth. And so when we want to know what God thinks about a matter and we want to know what's true regarding a matter, he gave us his word, called the scriptures, called the Bible, Genesis to Revelation, that lays the foundation and lays out for us what absolute truth is. And truth came in a human form. It came in the form of Messiah Yeshua. And Pilate asked when he put Yeshua on trial, he said, "What is truth?" And truth was standing right there in front of him. Yeshua said, "I am the way, the truth, and the life, and no man comes unto the Father but by me." But let's get off that bunny trail and get back to accurate weights and measures. So accurate weights and measures is an interesting commentary on our postmodern society. And I'd like to read to you a quote from Jonathan Cahn and regarding weights and measures. And he said, "Altered weights not only concern corrupt merchants, but corrupt civilizations. When a civilization redefines its values, when it changes the meaning and definitions of reality away from God and away from the created order, when it alters the measures of morality or right and wrong to conform them to its will and to its desires, it's dealing with altered weights and false measures, deceptive balances. It is in turn the objective into the subjective, and man into God." So we see in our society they're trying to define what marriage is. They're trying to define what truth is. They're trying to define what right and wrong is. And with each successive generation, the morality changes. But the scripture is foundationally true. God is foundational, and he has the absolutes regarding weights and measures and what that is. You know, so you had the merchants who had accurate weights and measures, and then the corrupt ones also had a second bag of false weights and measures, corrupted weights and measures. And so what this was all about is, so it was weights that weren't true. So when he used those weights in a mercantile transaction, he would rip off the buyer and he would get the advantage and get more money than what the product he was selling was really worth. And so that's like our society today. We have to understand that there is absolute truth. There is accurate weights and measures. And God is the author of that. His word is the author of that. So don't let anybody tell you my truth is different from your truth, or what's right for me may not be right for you. There's a universal truth, an absolute truth. There has to be these foundational truths, not relative or subjective. So go out today and be confident in what you believe and why you believe it. Thanks for watching. Shalom, Shavua Tov. Have a great day, folks.